Most people think rich people make money by earning more, higher salary, bigger bonus, better job. But that mindset is exactly what keeps people stuck working forever, because the ultra-wealthy don't chase income, they avoid it. And once you understand why, you'll never look at money the same way again. Let me show you the real system rich people use and why the tax code quietly rewards ownership instead of hard work. Here's the lie we're taught growing up. Work hard, earn more, save more, and you'll be wealthy. So we obsess over raises, we job hop for higher pay, we grind overtime. But income is actually the most expensive way to make money, because every dollar you earn from work gets hit with tax immediately, before you invest it, before you save it, before you even touch it. For most high earners, 30 to 40% disappears instantly. The harder you work, the more you lose. Now here's what rich people do differently. They don't build wealth from paychecks, they build it from ownership. When a founder starts a company, they don't get rich from salary, they get rich from shares. When an investor buys property, they don't win from rent alone, they win from the asset growing in value. Stocks, businesses, real estate, equity. That's where wealth actually lives. And here's the key. As long as you don't sell those assets, you usually don't pay tax on the growth. Your net worth can double, triple, 10x, and the government doesn't touch it, because technically you didn't realize the gain yet. It's only on paper. This is why ownership beats income every time. But then people ask, okay, if rich people don't sell their assets, how do they pay for mansions, travel, and insane lifestyles? This is where the real game starts. They don't cash out. They borrow, but not like normal people. When most people borrow money, it's stressful. High interest, monthly payments, years of debt. And they pay it with taxed income. That's why debt feels like a trap. But for the wealthy, debt is a tool, because banks don't lend based on your salary, they lend based on what you own. If you own assets worth millions, you're considered safe, low risk, which means ultra low interest rates. So instead of selling stock or property and paying tax, they use those assets as collateral and borrow against them. Imagine you own investments worth $10 million. The bank might lend you $5 million. At very low interest, you now have cash to live, invest, build more businesses without selling a single asset. Your wealth keeps growing, your taxes stay near zero, and inflation slowly eats away the real value of your loan, which actually works in your favor. This is why rich people love good debt. It turns assets into spending power without triggering taxes. Now comes the final step, and it's the most powerful one. When wealthy people pass away, something special happens to their assets. The value resets. So all those gains over decades, they basically disappear for tax purposes. The next generation inherits at the new market price, meaning no massive capital gains tax. Meanwhile, life insurance or estate planning usually wipes out any remaining loans. Assets transfer clean. Wealth stays intact. The cycle continues. So the real formula of the wealthy isn't work, earn, spend, repeat. It's own, grow, borrow, pass on. Ownership first, income last. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The system isn't built for people who live paycheck to paycheck. It's built for people who own assets. If you only earn income, you're taxed heavily. If you own appreciating assets, you're rewarded. That's why the wealth gap keeps growing. Not because rich people work harder, but because they play a different financial game. The takeaway isn't become a billionaire. The takeaway is to shift your focus. Stop only chasing salary. Start building ownership. Stocks, side businesses, real estate, digital assets, anything that grows without your time attached to it. because income feeds today. Ownership builds tomorrow. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real money strategies the wealthy actually use, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.